Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, we're checking out the newest episode of The Flash. This is The Flash, Season 8, Episode 5, titled Armageddon, Part 5. The final episode in Armageddon in this arc in terms of what's going on right now. And the final episode of The Flash, Season 8, for a while, because the show's not coming back till March, which is surprising the hell out of me, because usually when there's a break, it's a couple of weeks, maybe a month, but literally, basically 3 months? Are you kidding me? I don't know, because literally, Armageddon, in my opinion, has been really damn good, and I'm not even sure what's going to happen in this final episode. Saw the promo, did a video on it and everything. Mia showing up, Reverse Flash is going to try to alter things again, because it turns out he was the cause of all this, the cause of Armageddon, changing the timeline, all that kind of stuff. Crazy episode in Part 4, and all the episodes have been great in my opinion. Now we have Part 5. I'm expecting, of course, a conclusion, makes sense, but I'm expecting a tease. I think they've been hinting that there's going to be a tease at what the next arc is going to be at the end of this episode in terms of leading us into all that. So, we'll see what happens. Important thing is this. Barry fixed the timeline. We think Joe's alive. That's the big thing, of course, in terms of changing everything back. That Joe wasn't killed in the process, because that's what happened when Reverse Flash did all this crazy stuff. He caused Joe to die. He's alive now. We didn't see him, but Barry was on the phone talking to him, and he was all excited. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens here, because Despero was, told all this, and he goes to see for himself all this, because he was tricked as well, in terms of the Flash causing Armageddon. It was actually Reverse Flash doing all this nonsense. So, we'll see what happens. So, are you guys excited? I am. We'll see what happens. Come on, please, end on a strong note, because they have done such a great job with these 4 episodes. It has to stick the landing. If it doesn't, it's going to suck. So, let's get into now, guys. Part 5 of Armageddon. I can't even speak. It's been a crazy day. I haven't been running on a lot of sleep. Anyways, Part 5, Armageddon. Let's go.
You sounded kind of
yes.
Okay?
Yes. Oh, of course he had it around there. Yes. Are you gonna tell him?
You want to tell me what's really going on?
Yeah, could you? Maybe not right now.
Joe, you died.
There's a lot to take in.
I'm here now.
Yes.
And I'm not going
I'm so happy that this was fixed. I was so worried. Wait a minute. Wait. Is the timeline not completely fixed? Armageddon.
Part 5.
Wait, what are you doing?
Frost and Chilblain were married.
Apparently.
That's insane.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't want to deal with that. Anyways.
That means you risked everything to prevent Armageddon and gave all of us a second chance. And
Yeah.
why did I do that? Well,
Yeah, I want to know why.
your hero.
Oh.
You want a hero?
Oh, shit. Okay. Hi, Mia. Hi. Mia.
You know,
You know her?
normally I'd be intrigued.
Where the hell's my brother?
Enough with the
He doesn't have William. Come on, Barry. There you go.
I need you to save me.
What?
I tracked Thawne's scent by mistake. I was looking for something else.
In this timeline. Yeah.
Just Pete.
When you removed Thawne's changes, the timeline decided to remove him too.
Sounds like it. Damn.
Okay, but if he dies this time,
It's game over.
Wow.
okay.
They're not going to let him die, though. He's too important of a villain. Punch out that anger. Green gloves, of course. Gotta have green. Okay, so they're including the... Okay. Okay, interesting. Laurel.
Liam and I went to see Dad's statue. Have you asked Felicity for help? She wouldn't understand what I've had to do to get this far. What is that?
Still ask her. Don't be stubborn, like your father.
Mia, have you? You're the one who's afraid.
Why?
Thawne killed your dad. And then tricked
Yeah.
you into almost marrying him, all the while
Yeah.
making you believe you had a choice. But I can accept it when someone dies.
Is that right?
Hmm.
It all came crashing down.
And you send to someone you want to save you. He doesn't care.
You want honesty?
Okay. Let's hear it.
Death is a part of life.
Hmm.
So guess what?
Gonna kill you now.
It's your turn.
Oh.
They're family. And just so
Family. Vin Diesel shows up.
we need to let Thawne die.
Okay. Now the decision making. What are they gonna do?
Why did you create a reverse flashpoint? Steal my life?
He told you.
What did I ever do to you?
Exist?
Just as I was about to present myself to the world,
You show up.
My greatest moment, I admire you. So if you won't stop hating me,
Why should we keep you alive?
finding new ways to kill you.
So if we save you, you're just gonna continue to find ways to kill me. So we should let you die then.
Can still bring about another Armageddon.
Mm-hmm. Let him die.
Friend, let him die. What's the right thing to do, Flash?
He's Batman.
Thawne did this to himself.
Exactly. This is not like them killing Thawne. Thawne's dying on his own accord because of the timeline shift.
We should think about this. We already have.
And it's...
You guys don't understand.
You don't understand.
Love. We need to talk.
Oh boy.
Now.
Oh boy.
You don't think I want to see him dead either? Because I do.
Well, okay, well the timeline's killing him, so let it...
Cop is that you can't just...
Thawne isn't giving us one.
You always have a choice.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
We could save him if we take his speed away.
Oh. Interesting.
Pierced it to you.
If you let Thawne die, you don't have to worry about him destroying our family.
Oh shit. Joe. God damn it.
You're gonna help me.
Oh shit.
And once his speed is gone, Argus will take him into custody.
And
I've already
then
called Cisco.
done.
Thawne recovered his powers before. This
Oh.
is your final warning, Flash.
So basically,
Stand down and
this
let
is not gonna be
Thawne
permanent.
suffer the consequences.
A canary cry within an arrow?
That was all a lie, wasn't it? You weren't
Was
the
it?
heroic,
He wasn't.
leader,
Oh.
despot.
Slow-mo? Of course it cuts. Wait. Wait a minute. Oh my god, whoa! Holy shit. Holy crap, okay. Okay, Barry. Nice jump. This is pretty good. Ooh, oh shit. Oh, damn. Car.
Take my strength, fight him.
Oh. Empath. Oh shit.
Can't release this perfect vessel.
Oh my god. I'm really liking this. Nice. She fought it.
A few minutes, maybe less, and only if
A few minutes.
This out first.
Are they the gold boots? It's the gold boots. That's how they introduce him. Okay. Spin, 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 spin. Oh, the flame's chasing him. Okay. Oh. What? He just died? Oh my god, they're actually doing it. They're actually taking his speed. Holy shit.
I think you saved my life.
Well, you're still there.
My speed is my life.
Mm.
You took my life.
I know what you did to Laurel Lance, Damien Dark.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, you do.
Favor.
Mm.
By all means.
Do you guys always party this hard after a successful mission?
No. Not often.
You made the choice to be a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad would be proud.
Yes, he would.
Damien Dark,
Hello, Joe.
you here to arrest me?
He could be.
Not anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wish I knew why I was still here.
Maybe there's something you haven't done yet you're supposed to do? Hmm.
I think you're gonna need that someday.
Dad.
Oh, wow.
Nora. To making
Nope.
our own destiny
Destiny.
and protecting it.
As I suspected, an after credit scene. Oh, the end of Armageddon. It is now over, and now we have to wait until March, roughly, until we get Flashback. And I tweeted this out while it was still airing and the episode was still going on, saying, I am now more excited for this show than I've been in a while in terms of how they've been handling this event, have been handling the storyline they've been telling with Armageddon, how they're telling it, all that kind of stuff. And I'm now excited more for the show now than I have been for a while. And it sucks now that we have to wait for quite a while. But I feel like this was a pretty good way to end this event and have a little party or whatever, because they don't really do that. They really don't celebrate. But then, of course, there's still some things they have to wrap up in terms of Damien Dark, because he was in the timeline. Of course, the whole Thawne situation, but then he didn't disappear, and then he still needed to do one thing. He gave Joe, I think, what was it, that time gem or time stone he had? I think that's what he gave him. And then that's where he sees Nora, he sees his daughter, and then that's when she pops up in the party area or whatever, this room they rented out. And it was kind of like, oh, okay, this is changing the whole tone, right now in terms of this, like, oh, we won, Despero's gone, Reverse Flash lost his speed, like, okay, but it makes sense because that's how that stuff ended, because Damien Dark was a part of that timeline. Now he's here in this current timeline, and just, it was a lot of timeline stuff. And then there's that thing at the end with Nora and Bart in that picture. What? It's at 2014, like, what is going on? Wow. So, let's talk about the Thawne stuff, because I think that overall is probably the most important aspect of the story they were telling here for this episode. So he's back, and I didn't know what they were going to do with him in the episode, because Armageddon, of course, didn't happen. His whole reverse flashpoint was fixed, changed, not fixed. Get my point. And he's phasing in and out, and then when the timeline sets, he's gone. I should have thought about this, because in episode 4, when Barry was Reverse Flash, but still, they thought he was phasing in and out. So I should have thought that was going to happen to Reverse Flash, but it just didn't really connect in my head. But when he starts phasing in and out, I'm like, okay, this makes sense, because that's what happened to Barry. So they're all having this big debate, and here's the thing. I saw a lot of people online, as the episode was continuing, before they made their ultimate decision on what to do with Thawne. There was a lot of debate about who is in the right, because they have to discuss, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to let him die? Or are we going to save him? Or try to save him, at least. Thawne's an idiot for telling Caitlin all this stuff while he's like, oh, I know you're going to save me because you're the hero and all this kind of stuff. It's like, well, they can try to save you, but that doesn't mean it's going to work, because ultimately Team Flash, or no one a part of Team Flash, is technically killing Thawne. It's his own doing because of the timeline. He created a reverse flashpoint. Barry fixed it, because that's not the timeline that was set. So Barry goes and changes it and brings it back to what it should be. And that causes him to be phasing in and out, and he's about to lose everything. He's about to die. Well, he's like saying all this shit to Caitlin and stuff, and now they're all discussing, what do we do? And Joe, my God, Joe gets so angry at Iris and Barry, because they're both like pretty much Team Flash, except for Allegra and Chester, who don't have the history with Reverse Flash. So their opinion, their whole mindset about it is not the same as Caitlin, or if Cisco was there, or even Joe, and especially Barry and Iris. Like, they've had especially Barry, okay? And they were all thinking, we should just let him go. Like, we would be saving a lot of people if we let him go, because we're technically not doing it. It's his own doing. But then Joe is screaming at them, saying, you're just, like, being a hero is not just the name. You have to try, because you protect everybody. I think his reference was, when you're a cop, you protect everyone. Of course, there's a certain limit to where you're not protecting the bad guy, but you get my point, like, to where they don't get to pick and choose who to protect. Like, in this situation, Thawne can be saved, but then when Barry goes to talk to Thawne, saying, so if I save you, what are you going to do? He's like, well, I'm just going to go back to finding more ways to kill you. I'm just going to keep doing what I've done before. So at that point, Barry's like, well, we just let him go. Like, he killed my mom. He changed the timeline. He's done all this shit throughout all the years of the show. I'm not personally killing him. The timeline is. The timeline's erasing him. Yeah, so I don't know. But they came up with a decision, taking his speed, because it ties back into episode 3, when Barry called in Justice and for Black Lightning to take his speed, and almost severed him completely from the Speed Force. So they severed him from the negative Speed Force and took his speed. And then Thawne, of course, is screaming, you took my life, because his whole life is his speed. That's the most important thing to him. So Barry has now found the ultimate way to hurt Thawne, because now Thawne no longer has speed. However, Despero said, you think this is the first time, or this is the only time that he loses his speed? Indicating in the timeline, Thawne will get his speed back or something. And I feel like Thawne's going to get his speed back. Because ultimately what I've always said about this show is that when the Flash ends, when this show ends, Reverse Flash has to be the final villain. Because you start with Reverse Flash, the amazing first season, whenever the show decides to end its run, Reverse Flash needs to be the final villain. Because it all needs to tie back to that beginning. And it needs to be the ending. You get my point? That's what I've always said. So, there must be a way, a plan to bring Thawne back into being Reverse Flash. And his whole thing to Barry about how, you know, I need to be faster than you will really push him over the edge for a Reverse Flashpoint to create Armageddon and all this kind of stuff with Despero is because he saw at the end of Season 7 when they both went against Godspeed and then he turned on Barry and he got his ass whooped because he's not faster than Barry. Barry was miles ahead of him. So that really made him to go Reverse Flashpoint to create a whole new timeline. Because that's how crazy he is. And they really showcased really well, in my opinion, how insane Thawne is. So, he's locked up in Argus. We'll see what happens with that. We also had Mia in the episode who was dealing with the whole William is still being taken. And they showed footage from the Green Arrow and the Canaries pilot episode, which was episode 9 of Arrow Season 10. And they showed footage of that. And Mia's still tracking William. Still hasn't found him. And it sounds like she's going to go talk to her mom. And the way they kind of imply with the dialogue that maybe Mia's going to show up again at some point down the road. And maybe she finds William and we get to see the actor who played William come back. I don't know. But it sounds like Mia might return at some point. Because Green Arrow and the Canaries, of course, was canceled. We're not getting that show. So if they want to continue some sort of storyline with Mia, in terms of what they kind of set up with Green Arrow and the Canaries, which of course they carried over into this episode, they would have to bring her back. Like, she has no show to go to. But who knows? I won't say that. But, anyways, something. We'll see. Well, I was just thinking, in terms of the dialogue, something was said that was really interesting about Mia. But anyways, so, continuing on. So, Mia got possessed, of course. We had the whole thing where she was shooting arrows and shit. I don't know how Iris dodged that arrow, but okay. The fight between Barry and Despero in the middle of the episode was so good. The CG, it was CG, you know, but it reminded me of earlier seasons of the show where there was these big fights with Barry against another speedster, and we would see the CG models of the characters, but they were like great fights. And they actually did that in Season 7 when Barry fought Frost as a speedster, and that was really, really cool to watch that. So here, he multiplied himself a couple of different times. I think it was like really once, but it was going on for a little bit, fighting Despero, and then finding a way and using the gold boots to basically, it was crazy. They did the same thing twice. They basically separated Despero's connection to the flame of whatever it's called. I forget what it was a weird name. The flame of whatever, Pytar or something. Anyways, they severed his connection there, and he died. But is he really dead? And they severed this negative Speed Force connection for Thawne. So they did that same move twice, but now Barry has the gold boots. So, pretty crazy ride. Pretty crazy ride for Armageddon. I had fun. It really was fun to watch, and I'm excited to see where we go from here. I mean, just based off of that thing at the end there where Nora and Bart are now in that photo from 2014. I'm curious. We know Eddie's coming back. We already heard about that casting, so we'll see. Casting. Oh, he's returning. But my point. But I'm curious. I'm really curious. But yeah, I had fun. This is a great ride. It sucks we have to wait quite a bit for Season 8 to continue. But at least in terms of what we've seen so far, these 5 episodes, in my opinion, good stuff for Armageddon. What'd you guys think of overall of Armageddon? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, guys, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. And yeah, that's it for Season 8 of Season 8 Armageddon. That's the Armageddon event. Now we have to wait patiently for the next stuff, whatever the next arc is for Flash. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.